Hello everyone, I'm the Nerdy Fool and welcome back to Pathfinder Kingmaker. Last time we met with Tristan and he mentioned that there's some sort of cult talking about a goddess who is trying to take over and build a new kingdom here. And apparently also is rewarding people with joining her by killing them and turning them into monsters. Or something. It's not super clear, but he said if we wander about and find him out and about, maybe he will have someone to talk to about it. So I'm gonna wander about and see if we can find him. Actually, can I just see him on the map? Yes, he's down here. That'll be the quicker way to get there. I can't just click here to go? Why not? Oh, I had somehow deselected my character. Odd. Hi, Tristan. Landra here. And Amalia, whoever you are. Tristan's forehead is wrinkled as if the priest is deeply puzzled. He's holding a piece of paper covered with writing. We're lucky to have met you. Meet Amalia, loyal follower of the Kingdom of the Cleansed. Do you remember? We've recently been discussing this unusual initiative. The priest raises an eyebrow suggestively. Amalia was so kind as to tell me everything that she and her friends are doing. Young Amalia turns her childishly round and freckled face and looks at you with clear green eyes. She wears a simple dress and a necklace made of dried ashberries, and is holding a stack of papers. Upon seeing you, the broad smile on Amalia's face wears a bit thin. She attempts to size you up, then turns back to Tristan. Please, stay another moment. It would be a pleasure for me to tell you about our kingdom. So what have you been discussing? What did you find out about the kingdom, Tristan? What are you holding? Attack, enough of this cultist scumbag. So what were you discussing? I've just been asking Amalia how Amalia came to the kingdom. What attracted her to this teaching? Amalia suddenly blushes. There's someone in my family who followed the goddess's commandments. Soon I myself will enter the kingdom, and I hope that through loyal service and veneration, I will prepare myself for the main test, which I have yet to endure. Tristan shakes his head. And your families don't mind that this will happen to you? Are they ready to sacrifice you to their goddess? Of course they are. To be one of the chosen, one of the cleansed. It is a great honor for each of us. But you are so young. Why hurry to leave this world before you have experienced it in its full? It's wrong to think about yourself. Once I wanted to live in Restov, wear dresses and walk down boulevards, but then these terrible things started happening. So many people in our village died. Amalia looks away. The goddess teaches that selfishness leads to trouble. Now my only wish is to serve the kingdom and the goddess. So what have you found out about this kingdom, Tristan? Tristan leans gently towards Amalia. The kingdom of the cleansed is a brotherhood of those who believe in the great goddess, who promises salvation in return for cleansing. Forgive me, Amalia, if I'm missing any important details. Our mission is saving innocent souls from the curse that falls upon the heads of the undeserving. The goddess is ready to guard from evil anyone who kisses the ground and begs for mercy. Those who have rejected their sinful ways may enter the kingdom of the cleansed and pray for their speedy deliverance from worldly torments. Amalia's voice becomes monotone as if she's reading from notes, and her eyes stare emptily into space. Past your shoulder. To give your life for the goddess, isn't it the greatest honor any of us can receive? And destroying the false ruler, isn't that the truest destiny of all of nature's loyal servants? You've been brainwashed, girl. Does your goddess have a name? What false ruler are you talking about? Tell me about this deliverance from worldly torments. You've been brainwashed. The fact that you suddenly went monotone and staring emptily. Amalia shakes her head sadly. Don't worry. The time will come that you come to understand that the first faithful was right. I hope it won't be long when you and I will reunite in the embrace of the goddess. Does your goddess have a name? Yes, but only the first faithful knows it. He is the high priest to whom the goddess appeared. He delivers her commandments and shows us her will. Through him, she lays open her design to clear the tormented ground sending signs and opening doors to her creatures through the bodies of mortals. And what false ruler are you talking about? Amalia's eyes become round. The Baron is cursed by the goddess. She is the source of all our woes. She cast aside natural law and vandalized the field and forest. You don't know who I am, clearly. Are you aware that I'm the very same Baroness who you are condemning? I'm not going to mention that. That'll end the conversation, probably. Tell me more of this deliverance from worldly torments. Inhabiting this world where unhappiness and unfairness multiply taints the souls and turns it from the eternal kingdom of freedom and love granted by the goddess. But you can cleanse your sins by accepting her gift, a special goodness that sets the cleansed apart. Tristan closes his eyes. Goodness? What goodness could hide in a painful death? Not everyone is capable of withstanding the test, because the way to cleansing lies through bodily torment, but those who overcome their passions and prove their loyalty become the womb of the goddess to bear her children, wild and beautiful as she herself. The soul of the cleansed rests in the hands of the goddess. Enough. I see you have many questions. Please, take an invitation to our meetings. We meet at sunset in the appointed place, where we accept the sacrament from the first faithful himself. Amalia hands you one of her leaflets. Invitation from the Kingdom of the Cleansed. Soon another meeting will take place. Do come, you and Sir Tristan. Amalia looks at the priest dreamily, then quickly blushes and looks down at her toes. What are you holding? I assume it's the same pamphlet she just gave us. The same invitation that Amalia gave you. Tristan shows you the paper. We must go. I'm not going to just attack her. I have to go too. I need to get to the other side of the city. I hope to see you at our next meeting, and you too, Sir Tristan. Amalia blushes and turns away quickly. Tristan waves to Amalia sadly. So long, Amalia. May the good goddess save you. Tristan looks down at the leaflet he's still holding. His face is sad. A meeting at the appointed place. There are even directions how to get there. It looks like it's time we visit this sacrament. Secret sanctum has been revealed. What do you think will await us at the meeting? Tristan looks pensively into the distance. Whatever awaits this mysterious first faithful will be there. Judging by his title, he's the one who invented this insane kingdom. I believe that talking to him will solve many of the riddles we face. Will you come with me to the meeting? I would insist on participating in this investigation. I cannot let you go alone after I dragged you into this strange affair. Amalia looked at you very fondly, don't you think? Tristan shakes his head and turns grim. You distract us from our goal. Something wrong or stop? A little fun wouldn't be so bad, would it? Is something wrong? Tristan sighs heavily. I worship Serenray myself, but my faith has little in common with the faith of these cultists. They fill the heads of innocent children with pernicious and dangerous ideas, which they cannot fully understand. Alright, well, we have to go, Tristan. Okay, well, we found out where the cult is. So I guess before we head up to Oleg, let's look into this cult. I don't think we have anything else to do while we're here. No. No, I think we're good to head out. I'm assuming it's not in town, since it said a spot was revealed. So we'll drop Harem and bring in Tristan. Let's see. Secret Sanctum, over here. And we switched back to Canera, as always. New enemies? What do we have? Bandits or goblins? Cultists. Okay, are you guys gonna just immediately explode? Yep, that one is. Into another owlbear. Nothing new there. May the cleansing commence. you feel cleansed? Let's switch you out again. Can we not skin the owlbear? I think last time we were able to. Oh well. There's no reason that I specifically want Kaliki, it's just that we traveled with Canera a lot, so I want to bring Kaliki instead, just so we get different dialogue and interactions. Combat-wise, they're pretty equivalent in my mind. We are not going into the bridge, because that would probably lead to us fighting a dragon. I mean, obviously we don't have to. Hidden in the wilderness, this picturesque glade became the place of secret meetings of the Kingdom of the Cleansed cult members. I wonder how this is going to play out. Because probably some of them are going to recognize us. And are not going to be the friendliest about us appearing at their meeting. We're just in time. The sacrament has begun. The sky will split, the waters will part, the ground itself will devour the evil that comes to us from the lands of death. Beware false rulers, their foul walls and rotten locks will not protect their henchmen from nature's wrath. It appears that the restless old man started preaching again. Really? We let you live. It's Remus? Anyone who stands under the enemy's banner will be crushed by the same unrelenting forces that inspire me. All who fall to their knees and devote themselves to the goddess will be cleansed. Pray to her and you will be granted forgiveness in death. Hail Remus, herald of the goddess. Hail the prophet. Thank you, your holiness. May the goddess save you. Brothers and sisters, good people. The time for the sacrament, the first faithful will bless us. Ah, so Remus is not the first faithful. Good, he's just someone, yeah. My subjects, servants of the Kingdom of the Cleansed, today is a special day, the day we have long prayed for. Today we shall finally wash away the filth from our souls and clear the path for our kingdom. For today, the sacrament will end with long-awaited sacrifice, which will please the goddess more than all our prayers. Once the goddess asked us, meager sheep, to repent our sins, but in our pride we were deaf to her appeals. Now she demands another sacrifice. Yeah, I was wondering if he'd seen us. The face of the first faithful is lit by torches, looks like a horrible mask disfigured by rage and furious triumph. What do you say, Baroness? Are you prepared to sacrifice your useless life for these people who you claim to care about? No? Neutral good, stop. You don't know what you're doing. Chaotic good, it's too late to offer peace and friendship, isn't it? Lawful neutral, I'm loyal to my subjects, not to a group of crazy fanatics. Chaotic neutral, draw your weapons. Save your breath. Even better, let's dance. Chaotic evil, attack. I will gut every one of you and hang your entrails around the capital to teach the other idiots a lesson. Too late to offer peace and friendship, isn't it?
You've lost the chance to resolve this peacefully.
Father, what are you doing? Stop! Alright. Let's cast haste. Not that I think it's probably necessary, but there's probably a few here that are actually dangerous. But most of them are probably peasants. So, we've got Ruthgert, the First Faithful, who is already half dead. Random cultists. I wonder where Remus and the other person, who were like leadership, it seemed, where they are. Because they, either they're already dead or they didn't join the fighting. And I did notice the girl who ran off, that's probably Amalia. Damn it, the goddess will know of your betrayal. And he gets away, of course. Tristan's forehead is sweating and he breathes heavily as his eyes scan the battleground. I can't believe everything turned out like this. The priest gulps and closes his eyes as if trying to summon his courage. Are you alright? It was a trap. Faithful shouted something about betraying the goddess. The other cultists are getting away. Are you alright? Tristan hesitates a moment. Yes. No, I'm not alright. I'll never get used to how quickly a peaceful conversation can turn into a bloody battle. This was so cruel and pointless. Tristan forces something resembling a smile. Don't worry, I'll gather myself now. And I'm not surprised, not even a little bit. Fanatics. Take heart. We have to catch the cultists who escaped. It's too early to grieve for the fallen. It was a trap. You may not have noticed, but the First Faithful's face changed the very instant he noticed you. I think he's been prepared for our visit for a long time. Yeah, it's not that they intentionally were trying to bring us here, but he was hoping we would show up eventually. He knew eventually we would hear word of it and investigate. Faithful shouted something about betraying the goddess. Tristan lowers his head and catches his breath. I have no idea what's going on in his insane mind. Perhaps he meant that you refused to submit to his knife? I doubt it. I'm still assuming the goddess in question is the Guardian of the Bloom, not actually a goddess. But I don't know when we betrayed her. She betrayed us. But it's possible that she's lied to her followers, to the faithful, so that he believes something that's not true. Well, the other cultists are getting away. Please, let them be. Their leader is gone. Their friends are dead. They're just lost souls led into temptation by a wicked leader. If we are to eradicate this affliction, we must find the First Faithful. It wouldn't help even if we track down every peasant in his cult. Please, let's return to the city and consider how we may find their leader. Chaotic good, you're right, Tristan. I hope tonight's terrors are enough to keep these people away from the kingdom forever. Or lawful evil. I will carve out this affliction completely. I don't know. I don't wish to allow the remains of this insane cult to survive. They will surely hold a grudge against me. No, we don't need to kill all of them. Hopefully they've seen the dangers and are not going to rejoin. Thank you. Their deaths would be a heavy burden on my heart. As soon as we reach the capital, I will seek out former cultists and learn where the First Faithful might have escaped. Find me in the city later. Yeah, just a bunch of garbage. None of them were even moderately equipped.
This will hurt.
If I'm right, and the one that ran away was the girl who was crushing on Tristan, I wonder if she's going to come back and how her storyline is going to go. Yeah, and Remus either was part of the group that died, which I don't really have any way of finding out, or he was one of the ones that escaped. I feel bad, though, because we gave him the chance to, like, we helped him break free of the spell and gave him the chance to try to start over. Looks like there might be more to explore up here that we haven't seen. And he apparently did not... Okay, that's just a dead end. He did not take the opportunity, and he's gone back to his worship of the goddess. Because he was helpful at the start, so I don't want to kill him. He told us a bit about what was going on. He told us where to find Tartuccio. He seemed helpful.
Adventures can wait.
So now we need to go back to Tuskdale and see if Tristan has figured out anything out.
Can we have a moment of respite?
Soon. We're pretty close. We'll just rest when we get to the city.
Why don't we set up camp?
Octavia grins from ear to ear. Your barony attracts the most unusual and interesting characters. They must have heard the rumors that your country is a place where one can live without chains and restrictions. Not long ago, I was visited by an appraiser of magical items, a rare and sought-after profession in many countries. This man proposed that he settle in our lands and open his own store. I agreed then and there. Why can't we be as good as Absalom, right? In tribute, he offered his new ruler a valuable gift, but he didn't dare select a specific item for you. Instead, he simply invites you to choose from all the finest things he keeps in his best storerooms. Octavia hands you a small list written on a piece of parchment in ornate handwriting. We'd best not be greedy and choose just one item. You look through the list. The appraiser offers you the choice of 3 magical items. One of them attracts good weather and good luck. The second allows you to dominate animals, and the third one to influence the emotions of sentient creatures. I don't think I have a need to dominate animals. Wand of Dominate Animals. Headband of Alluring Charisma +4 we already have. Or just a bonus to Community, Loyalty, Divine, and Arcane. I think I'd prefer that one. Just improve the general atmosphere of my kingdom. Great. I will express your gratitude to the appraiser. Thank you, Octavia. Let's rest while we're tired. I suppose let's check out the kingdom affairs and start those before we rest in case there's anything we can work on. Support the High Priest's endeavors. Success, so Harem is ranked up, or I guess Divine has ranked up to level 4. River Maiden was a triumph. We gained military and economy. Failure of the Fey Magics. We lost 1 community. That is a shame. And success with the Magister asking for an audience. And success into researching the nature of curses, the Scythe Tree. It appears that this curse warped the very essence of his victim, turning a benevolent dryad into a ruthless monster and trapping what was once good within an evil, twisted form. It is not clear, however, whether it might have been possible to release the one trapped inside. This research has increased our understanding of arcane magic. Okay. We've got another rank up option. Support the Magister. So Octavia, let's have you start ranking up there, which means the next curse, Tartuk, you won't be able to do. Soon.
May we have a moment of respite?
Hi there. Erlene. Greetings, Your Grace. Allow me to pay my respects and deliver a gift on behalf of my master, a well-known connoisseur of magical artifacts, kindly welcomed by you in the capital. Let me introduce myself. Erlene Greyridge, at your service. The girl bows briefly and springs back up. She casts curious, assessing glances across the throne room and holds out a package. This is a modest gift from my master, Your Grace. May it serve you well, and in case you're looking for more... Erlene looks at you sideways and smiles mysteriously. I beg you to forgive my audacity, but since destiny is giving me the opportunity to speak with you face to face, you see, my master is a highly educated and respected specialist, but unfortunately, he has no business acumen whatsoever. For my part, as much as I appreciate collectible items of great aesthetic value, I'm far more interested in turning my knowledge in the sphere towards tangible profit. If you take an interest in obtaining magical items without all the hassle, I could arrange it. I won't tolerate smuggling in my domain. Tell me about your offer. You see, over all my years of travel, I built up a long list of contacts across Galarian. In other words, I can acquire magical rarities, no matter the distance or difficulty. If you kindly help me open my own shop, I'll gladly quit my master and use my talents for your benefit. Erlene stops speaking and looks at you expectantly. She hasn't said she's a smuggler. Yeah, I don't know that she's able to acquire magical rarities, but that's not necessarily the same as smuggling. And I don't know that we necessarily have laws preventing certain goods from entering my domain that would require smuggling. I'll see what I can do. Oh, thank you. May your reign last for years to come, Erlene bows. I dare not distract you any longer, your grace. I'm unsure on that one. Alright, back to resting, which was the plan. Oh, and we should talk to Octavia now that she's on our council. See if she has anything to say about being a counselor. Because I saw her standing over here. No, I cannot. After a night's rest, did anything complete? Yes. I have supported your endeavors. Arcane is now level 2. Let's have you look into the nature of Tartuccio, or Tartuk, which requires me to purchase 44 more BP. So we can have you start there. So now we want to go talk to Tristan again, I think. Well, he is in here, but I'm guessing we want to talk to him outside of here. Probably. Tristan greets you with a nod. Thank you for coming. Unfortunately, I have bad news. I managed to find a couple of cultists from the Kingdom of the Cleansed. The poor fellows were scared to death, but I comforted them and promised not to speak their names. Anyway, they left the capital fearing your wrath. None of them saw the first faithful after the fateful meeting. The scoundrel vanished into thin air, and with him all meetings, sacraments, and talk of the goddess. It looks like the peculiar power of curses in the Stolen Lands is not in fact connected to these lunatics. Is it not? So people are still turning into monsters, even now that their meetings and sacraments have ended. That's what you're saying. Anyway, we managed to get their barkers off the street, and yesterday's fanatics have returned home to their families and honest work. Thank you for your help, Melandra. Tristan wears a beaming smile. I will not leave you of my own accord until I repay you for your kindness. Have you heard anything about the Kingdom of the Cleansed or the First Faithful? I mean, he kind of just answered that. Tristan frowns. Not yet. I don't know whether to be glad about it or not. The priest may be regrouping, in which case it may all be the more difficult to defeat him. I should go. That seems to be the end of that quest for now. Still need to figure out what we're going to do about the people turning into monsters then if it's not related to that. But I guess at this point our goal... Cloak of Heroism. Where did you come from? I mean, I might as well grab it. Yeah, I guess at this point we want to go up to Oleg and Bakken. Although we have one more artisan with a quest. Sherelle. Let's see if we can figure out where Sherelle's shop is. If it's on the way, we can stop by. Sherelle, you're in Tatzelford. Okay. Yeah, we're researching the curses. Excellent. Tatzelford. Where was that one? That's over here. Not really on the way to Oleg's. But we could swing by there and then head up. Why not? Oh, I probably should have also looked to see if there was a time limit on Bakken's quest. Okay, there's not. Good. Alright, Sherelle. What's the latest? The half-elf is whistling carelessly. He gives you a graceful bow as he sees you. It's good to see you. How can I help you? What did you want to tell me? Sherelle looks around nervously. I beg your forgiveness, your grace, for making you come all the way to our distant region. There are too many guards in the palace that were chasing me recently. The thing is, I think I know who wrongfully accused me. There's a tailor in the capital. His name is Morhalan. He has the reputation of a brilliant master, so I wanted to become his apprentice. But when I went to his workshop, I saw things which alarmed me very much. Vests, shoes, gloves, all made from reptile skin, but the pattern was distinct. I've only seen the pattern on lizard folk, intelligent beings who also live in the Stolen Lands. As far as I know, I tried asking Morhalan about it, and he threw me out into the cold. And when I tried to start my own business and open a shop, I was literally driven out of the capital. You'll hardly take my word for it, but it's true. A master tailor in the capital is butchering lizard folk to make clothes from their skins. I'm no tracker. I can't go hunting down Morhalan's poachers, but you could. If only you could find those murderers in the marshes and bring some evidence. The guards will take this seriously, and we'll rid the capital of a great evil. I will do that. We are on decent terms with the lizard folk. At least one of the two lizard folk groups. Alright, I'll track down the hunters. Thank the gods. I'm sorry I cannot say exactly where to find the wretches, but I'm certain they must be hunting in the Gnarl Marshes. That's where you'll find them. I have to go. If they are part of the group that...
Glad you called.
If they're part of the group of lizard folk that did attack us on sight, I don't care as much. I mean, still, making clothing out of intelligent creatures' skins is not good. But it's not as bad as if they were attacking our friendly group. Thing is, they said the Gnarl Marches, and I feel like the Gnarl Marches typically is more northwesterly than where our lizard folk village is, which was down here. Is this considered? No. South Gnarl Marches. Search for the poachers. Of course it's at the Swamp Witch's hut. Of course it is. No time limit on that, right? Excellent. We'll get to it when we get to it then. Let's make our way up to Oleg's.
Time to get some...
Actually, while we're here, let's connect this road. Just happened to notice that was an unconnected path. We do have a path up here also unexplored. It's definitely not on the way, but it's fine.
We should gather our strength.
You know, Valerie, I don't think you should have abandoned the Order of the Eternal Rose. Paladins of Shellin value beauty over intellect. You would belong there.
I don't like your tone, gnome. I may not be as smart as you, but I can tell a compliment from mockery.
Yeah, this was definitely not on the way. It's fine. And what are the chances I'm ever going to be in a situation where I needed
Time
that
to
stretch
get
of
some
road?
rest, isn't it?
But okay, to get to Oleg's from here. There you go.
Why don't
Super
we
out of the
set up
way.
camp?
Yeah, we'll set up camp here.
Listen, Jubilost. I heard you mumble something about me yesterday while you were digging in your books.
Yes, yes, I was just updating my knowledge on trolls, giants, and other ogres. I think you've much the same knowledge.
Why are so many of the dialogues while resting about Jubilost? Like, he's funny, but I want to hear some of the other people's dialogue. Alright, let's head in. However, I think I will save talking to Bakken and Oleg. Bakken about whatever his experiments that are messing with his mind, and Oleg to see if he has the armor piece. We'll save that for next time. For now, thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys then. Bye.